EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And they're able to get this one across. The 35.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Watch a slant. Hey, 18. Mine's 59. Mine's 59.
Hey, Haywood.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
59's Mike. Check, 59.
Come up the ball.
Here's Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Trubisky. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. They'll run on second down with Cohen. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming for the Lions. An extra DB in the game now here on third down.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
18.
Hey, we are.
Now Trubisky to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 22. Out of the gun, Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 49-yard line.
Set. 280. Check back 21. Pick me up. Here we go. Alert. Shot.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. A couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14.
Slip. 50.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking end zone for Jones. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner Kyle Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed.
And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl corner, Darius Slay. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with McKissick. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Stafford. And that is intercepted by the all-pro safety, Eddie Jackson. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. He was 2nd in the NFL last year with 6 interceptions. This time, not only the interception, but also 6 points.
And it's just so difficult to go get the football in this league because people are so proficient in the passing game. It's not easy at all to read patterns, to break on the football, catch the ball, and take it the other way. Yeah, when you have a guy like that on your team, you feel really good about his efforts.
This one taken just inside the 10. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 2nd and 7, Stafford, he's going to launch this, and that's caught inside the 35. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A carry now for McKissick, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I'm coming after you.
Here's McKissick. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Mike, 58, right there. Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D. Check 52. Zero.
6'6", pull it high.
58, come on. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Here's Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. This will be from 56 yards out, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Trubisky going to give this to Montgomery. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try?
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Blue.
Hey, foxtrot. Stop.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Trubisky gives to Cohen.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Pick it up. Alert.
Trubisky will throw. Open man is Miller. He's got it. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
Here we go.
And the Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Mike. 180.
Mike 5'9",
Ran, so. You Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
Move.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky letting one go deep for the... And that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton. Trey Burton, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Bears push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Middle. 10-50.
On 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
50.
Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. To throw is Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Third and long, it's Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They run, Montgomery. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
It's now third and goal.
Boy, you'd hate to squander this great field position. Here's third and goal.
Hey, alert. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. In your face.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This one from 35 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now.
And his throw intercepted by the All-Pro corner, Kyle Fuller. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Alert. 57.
Looking to throw on second down. Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, wahoo!
Now it's Trubisky.
I'm going back to you.
Being chased out left. Incomplete. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
57. Mike, 57.
You ain't... Alert, alert! Alert, alert! You ain't doing nothing today. Alpha! 37. Check 37.
Hey, 18, 18, 18.
57's Mike. Mike, 57.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Trubisky. He's got Burton here. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They run. This is Cohen. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Hey, go Mike 40, Mike 40. Watch the run, watch the run. 40's Mike. 40's Mike.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. And he completes it to Cohen. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Hey, ball.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
Hey, high 7.
On 2nd and goal, Trubisky. He's got it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And finally, he goes out of bounds just 10 yards shy of the end zone. A spectacular return. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one taken just inside the 10. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Kenny Golladay is intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Prince Amukamara. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
At their own 46-yard line.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. It's caught. It's Miller. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A Chicago 1st down there on a gain of 11. Trubisky now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Looking deep for Gabriel. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That one good for 37 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll run with Montgomery. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They try again with Montgomery. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll run for it with Montgomery. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what, right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 24. Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hey, Delta.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford fighting through. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith as he gets the sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Lions go for it on fourth. It's Stafford. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And how about this for a setup? The ball will go over on downs at the 1-yard line. And a failure on fourth down on the other side leads immediately to a first. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Lions on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Now it's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
6 down. Check 6 down.
They snap it to Stafford. And his throw intercepted by the all-pro corner Kyle Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. The Lions on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6. And that's complete to Jesse James. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. Here we go with Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
22.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Stafford now to throw. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is picked up by the Bears. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
18.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 15. A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
260, 53, ready. Watch it. Double right.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. He'll get this one to Galladay. There he goes, right side. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's make these babies crawl the way, man.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. And they take a knee.
Trubisky on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Chicago, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.